today we'll be heading out into a nice pine forest, and this is just something that we love. We're survivalists, we're blacksmiths, we're very much about doing things the natural way. So we're going to go out today and we're going to see what we can find, do some improvised living and basic survival skills.
Yeah, hopefully find some surprises along the way.
Looks like a very interesting river crossing up here. Yeah, kind of a rotted out, rusted steel bridge.
I can think of cool things to forge that into, but for right now we've got to find a way across.
Yeah, we'll definitely make a lot of great pieces, but right now we just need to get across.
Yeah. I'm not going to carry my machete, that'd be foolish if I fell and cut myself. So I'm going to send this to the other side of the bag. And then we just have to watch our footing. Yeah. Right. Anytime we're doing something like this, ideally we'd want 3 points of contact with the hut.
Yeah. We
don't have a whole lot here, so.
No, it's a little bit like walking a tightrope, but a little closer to a ladder. It's a bit rusty and rickety, so give it our best go. And here we go. Okay, and clear.
Here in northwestern PA, we're really blessed. The glacier came down here it started to retreat about 18,000 years ago, and it brought with it a lot of debris from up in Canada. Now, flint is not a native, flint and chert aren't native rocks to this area, but we still have them because of that glacier. Again, it came right into this area. One thing we can do with flint is it's hard enough that if we take one of our hand-forged steels here, whenever we strike that flint, the flint is much harder than the steel, and that friction shaves off a little piece of high carbon hardened steel, and that's where we can get a spark. So if we can catch that spark in something, we can get a fire going. Notice I've been collecting some debris along our walk, so I already have a good supply of dry material. And if it wasn't dry, if it was damp, I can hold that against my body to dry it out. I also have, in this little tin, some char cloth. That's what we're going to catch the spark with. But first, Rob and I have to get a good supply of tinder and fuel.
So what we found over here was a piece of rotted log section that we just tipped up, and what you can see, it's hollowed all the way through. So what we're going to make is kind of called a vertical fire. So it's going to be an easier way to cook our lunch in the pot, because we're just going to take some green stick and we're going to lay it across the top. The fire will be at the base. It'll channel all the heat up. It won't really come out to the side, so it decreases any fire spreading danger, and it makes it kind of like an oven. So it's going to make it more efficient to cook, and we can use a smaller fire, so we don't have to use as many calories building a bigger fire, and it'll keep longer. So all around, just better. So what we have to do to prepare it though is we have to knock a hole in one of these sections for an air intake, just like a chimney. And then we're going to build a fire and place this over top. So I'm going to get to work on that while Ryan finishes stuck in the fire.
Would you like to use my machete to do that, sir?
That'd be much appreciated. Nice, quick, and simple chimney bake.
Got it. We'll be able to stick that log on it soon. Once we get a good coal base, get a good draw on it, like a natural chimney.
Yeah. Okay, so the fire's pretty much ready. We wanted to build up a small base, but a thick base, and then bring the fire up into a much more narrow fire so that when we place this, it'll act more like a chimney. So that's what we're going to do right now. Very carefully.
Wow, that flame's already shooting at the top.
Because the inside of this is all very, very dry in here. So it's hard to see in the lighting, but the flames are shooting all the way up to here after just being on there for a second. Now, what we're gonna have to do is...
I'm gonna caulk this bottom.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make sure this opening stays a bit open. Right now it's a little bit clogged, just because the base was a little too wide for the inner portion of the log. So what it did was it pushed it out. So this is all wedged in. So to make sure it has enough airflow, we just have Ryan's going to find some wild onions and some other wild herbs to help flavor up our rather bland noodle snack. I just set this boiling on the tripod hanging by the Dremel hook. And what I did was I placed it off to the side because we just added wood, so the fire's really burning up high. So you want to get it more by where those embers are, so that it has a nice, more even cook and not just being burned. So that's why that's off to the side there. It also makes it easier. Instead of sticking our hand over top of the fire, we can just reach in here where it's much cooler, pull the Dremel hook out, and then get our food. So it's a lot more simple to do. It's Ryan a lot safer. And I both love making weapons, and we're big history buffs. So we're gonna make an improvised weapon today, bow and arrows that are blunt for getting birds. Native Americans did it, lots of people all over the world did it. So we're kind of at an impasse about who's going to make the arrows, who's going to make the bow. So we're going to rock, paper, scissors for it.
Alright, so this is for whoever wins makes the bow. How about that?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, I'm making the bow. Hickory's one of those woods that's really tough. It can take a lot of force and return to its original shape, which makes it great for making a bow. All a bow is a tool that can store energy and then release it whenever you want. A good bow has to be able to, of course, flex. That means the inside of the bow has to compress, and the outside of the bow has to expand. And you definitely want a wood that can take that kind of force, and that's what this is. What I've done is I'm shaving down one side flat, and I'm not just cutting it flat with the machete, I'm putting in and twisting, because I want this to actually split out. I want the grain to be the same. I don't want to cut through that grain. That's where we're going to get a lot of strength. Some bows are short bows, and those will propel an arrow really fast for short distances. This is a long bow. This is going to be almost as tall as I am. And what this is, it's going to push the arrow with a lot of force over a greater distance. And that's what I want. So here we are, we have our long bow. Again, the longer it is, the less it has to flex. I made this out of a hickory sapling. Hickory sapling was about that big around, about 3 inches in diameter whenever I started. I wanted to make sure I whittled away most of the sapwood so I had that heartwood in there. I have a relatively flat front face, and I rounded the inside. What you want on a bow is to have an even curve whenever you draw it. So what I did was I bend it and I'd look and see, well, if it bent less in one area than another, I'd shave down the area where it wasn't bending until I had a nice even curve along the whole length of that. This bow's about 30, 33 pounds full. That's plenty for small game. A 15-pound bow would easily take down squirrels and rabbits and such. Okay.
You win.
Alright. So let's see here.
I got a little wind playing in the picture as well, so that'll make it interesting.
Oh! Beautiful shot, beautiful shot. That would have been dinner.
Nice. So we just demonstrated some basics, how you can start a fire, cook your food, set up a basic camp, obviously not one to stay the night, but a basic camp, how to make improvised weapons for hunting, and how to find some basic wild edibles. And so now we're going to be heading out, and Ryan's going to take the lead on this one.
All right, let's do it.
We're going to go at a bit of a faster pace to try and keep up.